Welcome, everyone, to Career Happy Hour. This is Andrew Beach, Executive Career Coach. I help professionals communicate their value to find great opportunities faster. It looks like, in usual fashion, our 3 p.m. start time was delayed again because the system is not broadcasting to, believe it or not, LinkedIn Live. So here we are on Happy Hour. Happy Friday, everybody. Go ahead and let me know where you're joining from in the chat. I'd be happy to answer any questions. Welcome. Good to have you. We'll get into the presentation here in just a moment. If you have any questions, leave them in the chat. Happy to answer. We'll get started here in just a moment. I'm hoping our friends over on YouTube, or excuse me, I'm primarily answering chats on YouTube. So if you want to go to YouTube.com and look me up, I'll put the link to that. Let me get that. Share, copy. I'll put it up on my LinkedIn as well as in the Restream chat, so we can have it on all the different channels. Great. There we go. Excellent. Welcome, everyone. We're just waiting for people to join us. My apologies for the delay. All right, welcome everybody. Trying out something new today. Looks like we have a little gap in our green screen. I'll take care of that right now. There we go. No problem. You probably saw a little gap there. That's okay. Good. Welcome everyone. I'm Andrew Beach, Executive Career Coach. It's Casual Friday, as you can see here, wearing one of my favorite hoodies from Manzanita. I'm just waiting for a handful of folks to join us. I typically am really comfortable broadcasting on LinkedIn Live, and LinkedIn Live, unfortunately, today let us down. So it's not broadcasting. So I did post the YouTube link so that you can have that for your needs. Today, we're going to cover a topic that I think is really at the forefront of my mind and has come up many times this week, and I'm talking about the idea of mindset. And we'll get to that in just a second. Before we do, I did want to make you aware of something, and that is, we have an opportunity here with the new year to actually provide you a more in-depth training on a topic that you think is valuable. So I will leave that up to you. There's actually a link below in the chat that will allow you to answer a survey. So I'm conducting a survey so that you can inform me on the type of topics you'd be most interested in. So that's in the, I'll put it in the chat here. I just put it, it's a Google form. All the questions are completely optional. I will be taking a look at the survey responses, not only from folks that are joining me today on YouTube, Periscope, and my Facebook group, but go ahead and access that form, and I'm happy to respond by creating for you a customized training. I did this last January, and I called it 2019, the year of career. And so I'm redoing that again, rebooting that again for 2020, and I need you to tell me what is going to make 2020 your year of career. With that said, let's jump into today's topic, and that is mindset. Mindset is critically important when you're talking job search. So what I want you to remember here on FAQ Friday, Career Happy Hour, go ahead and use that hashtag, that's fine. Hashtag Career Happy Hour. So wherever you're joining from, let me know in the chat. I'd be happy to answer any questions that you have about career, interviewing, market planning, networking, anything of that nature. I'm here to support your success. Consider this, by the way, free coaching. I think that's highly valuable. So this is an opportunity for you to ask questions. Now, if you're on LinkedIn, I apologize. The LinkedIn platform is not serving me well today. So if you can, take a look at that. Maybe I need to find a way to better notify you folks of when I'm going live. I know it's every Friday at 3, but if you can't access my YouTube channel, then maybe we got some opportunities for improvement here. But in any case, so really I want to talk about this idea of mindset. And the reason that's important, at least in my estimation, is that we need to start thinking about ways that we can actually improve our situation. Okay? The first one is not every door is closed. Here's the thing. There's several occasions I've had this last week where they went through interviews, maybe even 2 strings of interviews, made it all the way to the finals and didn't get the job. What does that mean? Does that mean that door is closed and you can never go back there? No, it means that door was just opened. It's an opportunity for you to expand your presence in that company. Now, here's the thing. If all I'm doing is knocking on the door from the outside, the challenge that I have is I have to keep knocking on that door till it opens. If you've gone through an interview, it's already open. Why would you close it? Don't close it. Keep it open. Keep working that process. Now, if you're on the outside knocking, it might mean you just need to go to another door. Try that one instead at the same company. Not uncommon that there's more than one door into an organization. Something to think about. So whether you're working or not, just because you didn't get an opportunity doesn't mean that's the end. That could be the beginning. Think of it that way. That's the mindset you need. You need a mindset that every door, if it's open, should stay open. And every door that's closed needs to be knocked on. Okay? So that you can actually have an opportunity to have those discussions, position yourself well, so that guess what? You now have an opportunity to have that conversation before there's a posted position, so that you're not coming in from a reactive position. Okay? The second one on the list I think you can see is companies are always hiring. Always. If I have a mindset that every company is always hiring, then I know there's an opportunity there for me. What does that mean? I need to find the opportunity. Now, there's many ways you can find opportunity. Certainly, I advocate networking. You can go through the front door if you want and put in your application resume and cross your fingers. I don't really consider that a strategy. It might be a tactic. A strategy would be, hey, what problem do I solve and who can I solve it for? That's where I come in proactively and assume that this company has an opportunity for me until they say yes. Or I find an opportunity at another company. Whatever that looks like. Make sure you're targeting certainly companies that are in your domain, that have alignment with your values. It's really important to be looking for things that you really, really want. You really want. It looks like we have a couple folks watching here on YouTube. So when you have a chance, go ahead and leave me a message or ask any questions that you like. I'm happy to answer. It looks like we have a little bit of washout here. Let's see if we can get this fixed. Because I think the lights are a little harsh, don't you? A little harsh today. Let's see if we can adjust this. Just take it down a notch. There we go. Is that a little bit better for you folks? There we go. Let's save that. There. All right. So step number 3, or mindset idea number 3. Eyes and ears are always open. Always open. Here's the thing, is that even if you're in a spot where you think you're happy, I think there's this mindset that says, I need to have my eyes and ears open so I know what's going on. And intuitively, I think we all know when it's time to go. Meaning, hey, either another opportunity in the company or another opportunity outside the company. I think intuitively we all know when things just aren't feeling right. And we shouldn't ignore that feeling. Keep your eyes and ears open and always say yes when someone comes to you, even though you're perfectly happy in your organization and you don't think you can have any impact or provide any assistance to somebody, that we should always say yes when someone asks us for an informational meeting. Always. Use your best judgment, of course, on where to meet and for how long. Okay. It's not always that you're going to be able to meet with somebody face to face. I get that. Maybe it's a 10, 15-minute phone call. It's not something where you're going to invest the time, energy, and attention to actually go there. Okay. Excellent. Thanks. Hey, Giovanni. Buongiorno. Ciao. Ciao, my friend. Hey, good questions. I'll get to that in just a second. I just want to finish my thought on this one thing. And that is that often when we're in a job and we feel like we're doing well, or we're overwhelmed and we feel too busy, we often say no to somebody when they come and ask us for an informational. It's the holidays. Give them a gift, the gift of your time. It's something that they're going to remember. If it's in your power, do it. Okay? If it's in your power, do it. Take the time, 10, 15 minutes. If you've got margin in your calendar because it's the end of the year, and I know a lot of companies, they turn the lights off and say, hey, remote working. You guys can stay home during the holidays and work from home. If that's the case, then you have a little more flexibility to meet people. Do your best to make yourself open and available. Okay? So question, Giovanni. Good to see you too, by the way. Welcome. What's a proactive strategy to keep the door open during the holidays when companies are powering down and hiring process might be in pause until after the new year? Exactly that. Stay connected with these people. Now, here's the thing. It really depends on your situation. If you're in a hiring process now, it could be they're just tabling that until next year and then making a decision. Really, you have to tell me, what is your situation? I don't know the particulars, but there's lots of good ways. I've actually encouraged people to crash their holiday party if they can. Be a +1. See if there's somebody you know inside the company, and if you can be a +1 at the holiday party, do it. That's a great way to think. Okay? Maybe they're, even though they're powering down and they're not in the office, they're certainly accessible through LinkedIn. They might actually be brushing up their LinkedIn, maybe doing some self-evaluation on their career and wanting to set goals for 2020. Maybe you could be part of their strategic plan. How about that? If somebody is building their goals for 2020, aren't you? Then that's an opportunity for you to actually be the solution to some of those problems. Okay? So the fourth component here that I'm looking at in terms of mindset is that there's always something better. Even though you maybe have just gone through a hiring process and you've gotten a job that you thought, wow, it couldn't get any better than this. They meet all my requirements, A to Z. It's a great team. I feel like I can make a contribution here. I'm just not interested in looking around. Well, that's the beginning of the end, my friends. And yes, there is an onboarding honeymoon process. I get that. But I always think that there's something better. Even though I have it pretty good and I'm coaching a lot of people and I feel like I'm making a contribution and making a difference, there's always something better than what I have now. If not, what is the point in me even developing myself? There may not ever be a point. It's an opportunity if you think something out there, there's something out there better, I need to expand myself. I need to grow myself in order to be that person, so that when it's time to use our intuition and actually know that it's time to go, whether that's to another team or to another company, then I'm ready. I'm prepared. I've identified what's better than what I have now. And guess what? I get to execute. Because I don't know about you, but I've run into a lot of people here recently that have had a reorganization or gotten a new boss. And, one gentleman had 5 reorganizations in 3 years. He doesn't know which way's up, and he feels like he's on the outside. So that's waiting until something happens to actually do something about it. I don't think that's sound advice. The mindset should be there's always something better. Not that I'm suggesting you leave. I'm suggesting be prepared. Develop yourself. Put yourself in a position to be successful. You're welcome, Giovanni. It's good to have you on today's session. So I'm going to go over to, let me see here. If you can share this, with anybody in your network, on LinkedIn. Get it out there into the interwebs. Hopefully, I'm going to go over there now and see if there's somebody. Oh, hang on. It looks like it is broadcasting over here, even though it didn't show me. Hang on, I'm getting there. It didn't give me a notification that I was actually broadcasting, but it looks like it might be. Anyway, I'm trying to get there. Hang on, folks. Let me see here. View all activities. Maybe it is. It says multi-streaming. All activity. Oh, here I am. Look at that. I am streaming. You know, it's funny. It shows me streaming. Isn't that funny? Huh. Okay, let me get back there, folks, because it looks like I am streaming on LinkedIn, even though it didn't give me notification that I was. So weird. Okay. Andrea, good to see you. Wow. Okay, here I am. Hey, Donald. Good to have you. Wow, okay, so I've got it. I'm here. Excellent. Put any questions you have. See, it's funny. When I posted this thing, it didn't show any notification that I was live. So I don't know what the deal is there. So looks like we've got a handful of people here. I do appreciate you joining me. Looks like I maybe jumped the gun here. So I'll go to my feed next time, because normally I get a notification on the notification bell and there was nothing there. So what questions do you have? Let me know. Put them in the chat. Happy to answer. Okay. It is broadcasting. Yeah. Fortunately for me, I didn't realize that it was. So if you have a chance though, FYI, there is a link in the description for this broadcast for you to fill out a survey on a topic of interest to you, so that you can have an opportunity to influence the training program or training session I'll be putting together in January. Okay? Resource unavailable? Well, that's bizarre. Let me click the form and see what happens. No, it shows there. Huh. Let me do it incognito window. See what happens. Yes, I want to leave. Yes. It's asking me if I want to leave YouTube. I think that's funny. Oh, it's asking me to sign into the forms? Maybe the form isn't public. Maybe I should fix that. Yeah? Edit this form. Huh. Aha, restricted. Saved. Okay, go ahead and try it now. I just saved it. For some reason, it was restricted. Weird. My apologies. I should be working now. Thank you. I'd like to get feedback and understand where you're coming from and how I can support you. Okay, so let me know how I can support you, and I'm happy to do what I can. Okay? Donald, did you have any questions? Happy to answer. You know, it's funny. It's been a pretty busy week. A lot of people being coached, a lot of challenging situations, a lot of progress, a lot of people overcoming fear, a lot of good stuff happening. What questions do you have? Leave them in the chat. I'm here. This is free coaching, folks. I've been here, about 20 minutes or so? 25 minutes? If you have a question about career, coaching even, if you have a question about coaching, happy to answer. Share it. In fact, why don't you do this? Down at the bottom of the screen, there's a little share arrow. And if you share this with your network, I'd really appreciate it. Put it out there that I'm here every Friday at 3 o'clock. And if there's somebody out there that needs career coaching, I'm happy to support their success. By the way, it's happy hour. I'm in my casual favorite hoodie and here to answer your questions. The other thing that's interesting is I'm always doing my best to help educate people and provide feedback, and sometimes that feedback isn't taken the way that I want it to land. So sometimes I get ahead of myself. I get out over my skis. So I always have this approach that if I'm going to give somebody some advice, I always ask permission first. Would it be okay to provide you some feedback on something? And that didn't work either. So not everybody is amenable to having some feedback or honest criticism in a positive way, of course. I don't know about you. So let me know if you have any questions in the chat. Happy to answer. Good. So it looks like the Google Docs working now. Perfect. All right, folks. Well, if there's no more questions, I will sign off. I do wish you the best over the weekend, and let everybody you know be aware that I'm here every Friday, 3 o'clock Pacific time, to answer any questions as a career coach to support your success. And remember, networking is the number one way to find work today. So go make it happen, whatever it takes. Get connected with people and have fun. What is it? Cleon Cox, one of my good friends and a wonderful advocate of networking, says we should meet people, learn something, and have fun. Have fun, meet people, learn something. It couldn't be any simpler. So keep that in mind. Hope you have a great weekend. Take care.